Okay, first place. Gotta say it's rocking, just like Will on the drums. And there is Will Power's number 12 car. And this week, Verizon, Team Penske, and the Indianapolis Colts teamed up for a $6 million donation benefiting veteran debt relief in Indiana. So it's great to see those efforts to really lift the community. Now, Will Power is, of course, one of the most accomplished and experienced drivers in the field, but nothing, honestly nothing, could have prepared him or his family for the journey they've taken away from the racetrack. And as we send it back to Tom Rinaldi, Tom, you talked earlier about fear. Well, Power's faced his biggest fear already, and it had absolutely nothing to do with the racing car.
Can't say it any more clearly than that, Will. You know, for all the experience, determination, and skill it takes to become a champion here at the Indy 500, as Will Power has done, sometimes the greatest fuel for a driver is love. That's hard to argue for Will Power and his wife, Liz, who, as you alluded to, have emerged through a journey much tougher than any race. For as fast as Will Power races, there are still moments when time stops.
You don't have to say anything. We both knew in that moment what that meant.
To understand what it meant, know that Will and Liz Power reached that moment together. One from Australia, the other from Texas, they met and fell in love at the racetrack and have been married since 2010.
You know, they say opposites attract. I would definitely say we are a really good team unit, but we also are very different in personality.
She sort of molded me into a less obnoxious person.
It's Will Power. Will Power's going to win the 102nd running of the Indianapolis 500-mile race.
With Liz by his side, Will became an Indy 500 and two-time IndyCar Series champion. With their son, Bo, life on and off the track appeared perfect.
We have a great home. Everything's good. We've got our baby boy, and then, yeah, there was a lot to happen after that.
In early 2023, persistent back pain for Liz gave way to a fever that spiked at 106, causing her to hallucinate and be rushed to the hospital.
I was still in so much pain, and they couldn't find where it was coming from. Oh. Oh.
It's okay.
Help me.
Okay, baby. Everyone's here. Just kept pumping her full of antibiotics, and they didn't know what was wrong.
It was a staph infection that settled in my spinal column. It was just moving up my spine rapidly.
With the infection threatening her life, doctors urged emergency surgery.
It just kind of like everything flashed before me. But it was Bo. That was the first thing I thought. I'm like, I can't. He needs a mommy.
You just never would have imagined what played out there. I mean, like when she almost died, two nurses told her that she actually flatlined that night.
They told me that they had lost me, and then I came back, is what they had told me, and that they were so worried about me. It hasn't been an easy comeback, for sure.
Liz's recovery would take months with multiple setbacks. On the track, for the first time since 2006, Will went a full season without a win.
What the Man, I have never seen Will Power that fired up.
Just juggling whether you should even be racing. Just cannot risk being out there with my boy and Liz sick, and what if, you know, something happens to her and something happens to me.
It was a lot on him. And looking back on that and seeing that he had to get in a race car, you know, he's really remarkable in a lot of ways, because I don't think I could have done that.
There we go.
As 2023 turned to 24, Liz kept fighting and recovered. Will kept racing. And last June at Road America in Wisconsin, Will won for the first time in 2 years with Liz and Bo there to see it.
It was more than just the win. Was what that moment was for us. Like, okay, we're getting back. That was a special moment and one I won't forget at all.
When you're that connected with someone, you don't have to say much. You kind of just have to look at them and you know what that moment means. Sort of like the real beginning of true recovery, I think, for both of us.
It's taken a long way to get here, and I still have a little ways to go, but I'm back to my old self.
Liz is a very strong person. I'm lucky, man. Incredibly lucky.
What a clear bond those two share. And of course, Liz is here alongside with son Bo to cheer on Will Power as he tries to win the Indy 500 yet again. As proof of what Liz Power goes through while her husband is out there in the race car, anyone who's ever seen her grip, twist, and chew through a plastic water bottle, her bottle has its own Twitter account as an example, knows what she goes through. Danica Patrick, you know plenty about the anxiety, and you know about the bond between these two, which is very special.
Well, as you said, Tom, those water bottles, you never have to wonder how either of them are feeling. They'll show you, they'll tell you, whether it's Will getting excited, Will being angry, Will being happy, them being connected in that moment together, or of course those water bottles and the anxiety that Liz has. Look, they are obviously so deeply connected. They ride this roller coaster of racing together. They are the ultimate teammates. They have each other's back all the way, but it's that deep connection. They really get each other all the way, even back to 2018 when Liz predicted that Will was going to win in 2018, the Indy 500, and he did. I'm not sure what Liz predicts today, but I think we can all predict that the bond is only getting stronger and stronger between those two.
And if you go back to that win in 2018, Danica, it was the reaction from Will Power in victory lane. The crazy eyes moment there. You can see the jubilation and the water bottle from Liz in that red shirt in the background. But look at Will Power. At the anger, the relief, the celebration. And I asked Will just a couple of days ago, if you were to win your second, what can we expect the reaction to be like? He said, oh, mate, way more, like double. I think that's how much this means to the family, to him, after everything Liz has been through. It would be insane to see Will Power celebrate again here. And don't forget, he doesn't have a job for next season. He is auditioning for his longtime team, Team Penske, to further his amazing career. And he starts today from 33rd and last on the grid for the Indianapolis 500.